Hey guys, I'll try to get right to it, but before we do, I kind of just wanted to mention something. I've been looking a lot at TapX. TapX and Mr. Witness are both really, really awesome traders. If you guys are interested in what I'm about to show, then please go watch that. A lot of my trading recently, my back testing, and what I'm about to show you for both Monday and Tuesday, entirely have to do with what I've been observing between TapX and Mr. Witness, primarily TapX though. So let's get right to it. I don't want to have these drawings here. Great. So Monday, I was pretty bullish just because we were bullish on the hourly, not to mention this NWAG up here with liquidity resting above it between these hourly highs in here. So that, generally speaking, made me pretty bullish. Now, what makes me bullish other than that is we have a volume imbalance there and a previous high right here that for a retrace because I couldn't expect it to move unless we moved up above this high, like a ways, like kind of like this candle. If we had this over here, then I could expect like a move down into this order block, but that seemed unreasonable because we came up, swept this high, and then immediately started moving back down, and so we kind of kept in this area of consolidation. So I was much more expecting a drop down here, which is exactly what we got. We got this drop to this previous high into this volume imbalance. So that's exactly what I had marked out. And then we go down to the 1 minute. You guys may be wondering why I made my hourly indicator white instead of black. I'll show you in a minute. But this volume imbalance was incredibly accurate. Oh my God, why can't I? That's better. There we go. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. So this previous high gets swept as well with this volume imbalance. So if you trusted either of those levels enough, you could have entered on either one and then taken that trade. But let's assume you didn't because I don't know, maybe you don't trust catching reversals. That's totally fine. It's definitely sketchy. One thing that I was looking for, if that were the case, is we leave this huge rejection wick down here. It's a very full candle to the upside, but there's this large wick. And so this wick can be expected to be revisited. And so we have this move up, and then we're coming back down, and we come down to consequent encroachment. What I'd want to see is all the bodies closes being above this CE. We do not want to see it close below, otherwise that signals a shift. So seeing this is really, really good. Seeing this close right here, you could have entered right here, right here, right here, right here. I mean, they're all great entries within this second highest quadrant, that 25 to 50% quadrant. So that was all really good. And then my targets, had I been trading, let's be very clear, I did not trade. I was just marking this out had I been trading because there was no news, so I wasn't really interested in trading. There could have been one right here, and then one at the top of the NWOG, and then another one here at this liquidity, and another one here at this liquidity, and then a final one here at this liquidity for like a runner or two. So yeah, that would have been a good trade. And then today, very similar. My roommate and I had very similar trades. So that was really awesome. It was a fun recap with him. But this right here is that macro again. Did I show you guys that over here? No, I did not. Anyways, one thing that I've been looking at is that macro. It's something ICT talks about a lot is having um is like a big reversal happening in this macro. So what I've been realizing is the big reversal will either happen during the 950 to 1010 or it'll happen like just after that macro period. So we come over here for this and same thing happens here. On the 1 minute though, what I was looking at is right below this low. This low, I had this marked out and right below this low that I was expecting to get taken out anyways, we have a volume imbalance right here, and we have another volume imbalance back here somewhere. Where did it go? Here it is. And then there's another one back here. But I was expecting realistically just this one to get hit. It is a Tuesday after No News Monday, so it's essentially no news throughout the entire week, and we're approaching Tuesday. So you kind of have to keep in mind that we're not going to have a whole ton of movement, not a whole lot of volatility, not a whole lot of just it's not ideal conditions to trade. So in an ideal scenario, this volume imbalance would have been triggered with a sweep of this low. And one thing that you'll recognize is we did not get either. We made equal lows on this swing low, and what I would have loved to see is move right down to here, move through here, and enter on this, but we didn't get that. So it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. I was not particularly I mean I didn't trade today, so I wasn't distraught or anything, but we make that equal low. I remember watching this, like this was right as class started because my class starts at 8:15. So I saw this equal low made and I was like, we'll totally go below. This will be like a perfect scenario of my plan working out. It didn't. It didn't. It was sad. But if you missed that and you notice that like, oh, okay, we're gonna go ahead, we're reacting off of um we also had a market structure shift right after this, which I'll show in a second, but this is another volume imbalance. Um, and and then there's this market structure shift, and you could have entered on this up here into this volume imbalance. That's a volume imbalance, isn't it? No, it's not, is it? No, it's not a volume imbalance. But there were multiple opportunities for you to enter as it goes up. But this would have been the ideal entry with a volume imbalance and a large wick. With this large wick, you could have entered. You could have entered and said, okay, hey, you could have missed this and then not entered here and said, okay, well, we had a volume imbalance that we had a really strong rejection wick off of, so I'll enter on the open of this candle, and so that would have worked too. But that's what I was looking at, and then I would have put take profits here, here, and then up here, and I would have called it good there. I would not have targeted this up here, just because that seems really far. If I did, it would have been like a couple of runners, like very, very small. I mean, as you guys know, I trade on micros, so I would have had like if I entered with like 20 down here, I would have had like less than five running up for these highs. So it was not a huge. I have not traded. I'll show you guys just so we're all on the same page here. No trades taken. See, the exact same. Last trade was taken last week. So don't worry about that. But yeah, no, that's kind of what I've been looking at. I've been back testing a lot of these, and I've been doing pretty well. I'm going through. I've gone through like June through November of 2023 over the past like 2 days. So maybe I'll post some of those videos. Uh, um, Probably mostly just wins because unless I have like some really good insight from the losses that I can post for you guys. But yeah, maybe I'll post some of those because I've been doing a lot of those because I haven't been trading. So yeah, I hope you all had a good day. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will be back tomorrow. I think we have like a CPI hit tomorrow, like a ton of CPI. It's like year over year and month over month, I think tomorrow. So we'll see with that how that goes at 8:30 pre-market. So when the trade embargo happens. So we'll see how that goes. But all in all, oh yeah, and why I made those lines white. It's because I have all these things, all these black lines are volume imbalances and liquidity voids. So like it just marks out all of these like filled and unfilled volume imbalances and liquidity voids. So this hasn't been filled because it has a gray background. Anything that doesn't have a gray background has already been filled, like stuff like this, our entry this morning, this back here, bunch of volume imbalances in here as it comes down to here. There's like I coded it. I have that was my last video that I posted. Yeah, I have a bunch of those. So that's why I changed the liquidity levels to white so I can tell the difference because when they were black, it was impossible to tell. And I would have my session markers in here, but I didn't save the plot I wanted, so it didn't work. Anyway, it was a pain. If you watched this far, thank you. I appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow when I post that video. Have a good rest of your day. See you guys. Thanks for watching.